How is Gothic Horror Revival different from classic Gothic horror? Have you ever wondered how Gothic Horror Revival stands apart from classic Gothic horror? Let's break it down in a way that makes sense. First, classic Gothic horror emerged in the late 18th century. It is known for its atmospheric settings, often featuring old castles, monasteries, or decaying structures. These locations create a sense of isolation and claustrophobia, which amplifies fear. Supernatural elements like ghosts and demons are common, and themes often revolve around morality and the psychological effects of fear. Classic films like Nosferatu from 1922 and Dracula from 1931 showcase these elements beautifully, with their eerie settings and supernatural tension. Now, let's shift our focus to Gothic Horror Revival. This movement has gained traction in recent decades and builds on the foundations laid by classic Gothic horror. However, it introduces modern twists that make it unique. Gothic Horror Revival often emphasizes psychological horror, diving into the darker aspects of human nature and the unknown. While it retains the atmospheric settings and supernatural motifs, it tends to be more introspective. Themes of isolation, vulnerability, and the blurring of reality and madness come to the forefront. Films like The Witch from 2015 and Crimson Peak from 2015 are prime examples of this revival. They blend traditional Gothic elements with contemporary psychological horror, exploring themes like trauma and the fragility of human sanity. So, what are the key differences? First, Gothic Horror Revival places a greater emphasis on psychological horror. It explores the inner turmoil and mental states of characters, while classic Gothic horror focuses more on external supernatural threats. Next, the settings differ. Classic Gothic horror typically uses historical locations like castles, while Gothic Horror Revival often features modern settings. These can include isolated homes or rural landscapes that feel familiar yet unsettling. Finally, the themes explored in Gothic Horror Revival are more contemporary. They tackle issues like isolation and the breakdown of social norms, whereas classic Gothic horror often delves into morality and the fear of the unknown. In the realm of modern horror film trends, Gothic Horror Revival offers a fresh perspective on traditional themes. It appeals to audiences who appreciate both atmospheric tension and psychological complexity. So, whether you prefer the classic chills of old or the modern twists of revival, there is something for everyone in the world of Gothic horror.